Hey, what's up, everybody? And in today's podcast, I'm going to be talking to you all about Ranch Hideout by Sandra Robbins. Okay, so this book was, oh my gosh, it was really, really amazing. I was in the car with my family, and we stopped somewhere, and I stayed in the car. I was the only one in the car. I was reading, and I'm not even joking, I was crying in the car. And it was pretty bad. Luckily I had sunglasses on, but I was crying in the car. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta stop it. My family's gonna wonder what the heck is wrong. I don't want to say, oh, well, I was crying on a book, But this book, oh my gosh, it was so good. I was crying, I was gasping, I was laughing, I was, all like, oh, like heart tingles, but oh my gosh. But anyway, I'm going to tell you all the synopsis of the book, and then on the Kindle version, they have this one page sneak peek into the book to kind of pique your interest. And I'm going to tell you all it. I'm not going to change my voice to match the male, and then change it back to the female. I'm just going to read you all, then I'll tell you all my thoughts about the book and a little bit into the characters' backstories. But here's the synopsis. Compromised security. When an armed thug attacks the only witness to a mob murder, Liz Madison Kennedy fears her hideout in rural Tennessee has been compromised. But a handsome stranger who's also staying at the Little Pigeon Ranch saves her life. It makes Liz feel safe for the first time in ages. Undercover FBI agent Gabriel Decker has one mission. Make sure Liz lives to testify. But with her location leaked, he can't keep his identity hidden from her. Once his secret's revealed, though, Liz no longer seems to trust him or their fledgling friendship. Yet with the relentless killer in pursuit as they flee into the mountains, Gabriel is all who stands between her and a deadly bullet. Okay, if that didn't pique your interest, I'm sure the sneak peek into the book will. Okay? Liz, I think we need a do-over. Gabriel spied a bale of hay on the other side of the alley and pointed to it. I'm going to sit down over there. When you're through with what you're doing, come sit with me and let's see if I can't make amends for upsetting you. Her mouth opened, but she didn't speak. It was as if she was debating whether or not she wanted to listen to anything he had to say. Then she nodded. All right, I'll put Cricket back in his stall and then I'll be back. He smiled. I'll wait for you. A minute later, Liz walked back and stopped in front of him. Okay, here I am. What do you want to talk to me about? I want, he began, but the words froze in his mouth at the sight of a red laser dot focused on the center of Liz's forehead. With a strangled cry, he lunged for the hay bale, tackled her around the legs, and fell to the ground on top of her just as a bullet whizzed past their heads. Okay, if that one didn't make you want to go read this book, then I don't know what the heck will. Guys, oh my gosh. I'm starting, my heart's starting to pound just reading that, and I've already read this book. Okay, so the book starts out with Liz coming out of a movie, but, it's not, coming out of a movie and, feeling all excited about the movie you just watched. Oh no. She gets pushed into the side of her car by some guy, and he's pointing a gun at her head, telling her that he wants her money, and that, it's like, oh no, you only have, $20 in your purse? What? And, he said, take me to an ATM. And then she is, freaking out over all this. But then, just as the guy is about to shove her in her car and make her take him to the ATM, this random stranger grabs the guy, tackles him in the ground, fights him, kicks the gun away, knocks him unconscious, and all while Liz is just kind of staring at them in awe. And her rescuer says that, she's safe now. He calls the police. They come, and by how scared she looked, and she actually started crying while telling them what happened, her rescuer offered to drive behind her and make sure she got to her home safely. The police took her attacker away, and then Gabriel Decker drives behind Liz, and it turns out they are both staying at the Little Pigeon Ranch. We all know why Gabriel is. And then he starts trying to be friends with her, trying to gain trust. So then he will stay close to her and keep her safe, because that is what he was hired to do. The FBI found out that there's a hit on her head, and there's hitmen trying to go get her and trying to get the money. So the FBI sent Gabriel out there undercover to protect her. But his identity wasn't kept a secret for long, because he kept asking her to go for a ride, because they both like to ride horses. And then, they go, and she's leaning over her horse to take a picture of, some flowers, and then suddenly a gunshot pierced the air, and Liz's horse starts, freaking out. She tries to control it, but it doesn't, and her horse knocks her off her back, and the horse bolts away, and Liz got knocked unconscious by the fall, and Gabriel jumps off his horse and goes over to Liz, and all while his horse runs away, and he drags her behind the woods opposite of the gunman, and Gabriel fires his gun into the general vicinity of where he saw the gunshots come from. And then after she wakes up, she starts freaking out. Okay, it's okay, 2 attacks and you just so happen to be there. Why? She's just getting scared that maybe Gabriel's one of the guys trying to kill her. From the gang. But Gabriel said that I should have known you. You would have never bought this for this long. For too long. And he then tells her that the FBI sent him to protect her, because hitmen are trying to kill her. Now, the reason that she is even being marked on the hitman list is because her friend from back home, she and her were going to a small weekend vacation, spa, beauty, and stuff like that. But her friend had to go to the mall to put earrings, resized earrings, or grab some or something to that effect, and Liz stayed in the car. And while her friend was in the mall, Liz looked over and saw this guy get out of the car and is kind of being kind of frantic, like he's trying to find something. And suddenly this van parks right next to his. And suddenly she hears gunshots. And she ducks down. And she knew that they had killed the guy. After a couple minutes, she peeked her head above the window just slightly. And she saw that he was dead. The man was dead. And one of the guys who held guns turned around, and Liz then ducked her head farther down into her seat, and suddenly she heard gunshots again. After what seemed like an eternity to her, and she heard the faint sound of doors closing and tires screeching away, she poked her head up again and saw her best friend dead on the floor. So that is why the mob is coming after Liz, and she was then put into witness protection, and they felt like her going to the rural Tennessee ranch was the best option for her until her location was leaked, and then the FBI sent Gabriel to protect her. Turns out, although Gabriel does come with a past as well, he grew up in Texas, and his dad died, sadly. I'm pretty sure his mom is dead as well, but I could be wrong about that. Like, how she's gone. I could be wrong. But then his dad passed the ranch down to him. He stayed there for 2 years and then sold it and then joined the FBI. And he was also, I think, engaged once, but she called it off. So, it's all really sad, but it's all really, really, really amazing. This book is one of my favorites, guys. I'm not even joking. I will leave a link down in the description box for this book if you all want to check it out. Trust me, if you're all looking for a book, you need to check this one out. It is amazing. Trust me, you do not want to not read it. Trust me, it is amazing. It is 100% clean. There is no cussing, no adult stuff. You all know what I mean by that. And yeah, anyway, guys, I don't want to spoil too much of this book for you all, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. And I'll talk to you all again next week. Bye, guys.